4, 3.
Hello, what's up, Guilty Gear fans? Welcome to GOML 2025. I see black screen, never mind, we're good. We're live, we're on camera right now. Everyone, all our viewers, everyone who loves Guilty Gear Strive, this is the big one. We're here in Toronto at the Sheraton Hotel for GOML 2025 Top 24. I'm Gimferno, and with me is Q9.
Hey, great to be here. Great to be here. This is, the big this is the big Ontario event. We got a lot of people coming from out of region, a lot of people from America, a lot of people from the West Coast.
Love to see it.
All the top talent in Guilty Gear right here. And speaking of top talent from out of region, Tonsky coming all the way from Sudbury, Ontario. Shout out Shaq.
Yeah, we miss you, Shaq.
We miss you, Shaq. But Tonsky coming all the way from Southern Ontario. And Udon Gain, the big story right now is that Udon took out Peppery Splash in bracket. The Splash himself.
The Splash himself, there was a lot of conversation. Will Pepper even show up? And he was here, and he probably wasn't expecting to be in losers outside of top 24.
I wasn't expecting it. I was shocked when I heard.
Or losers, period.
Yeah, we're used to Pep just going a clean sweep, 1, 2, 3, easy through the bracket.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hopefully we haven't set up too many expectations for Udon here because.
Well, I mean, on the flip side, Tonsky with a little bit of an upset himself. I mean, over Gay Sex Legend.
Yes.
Yeah.
GSL, very, very strong player, and Tonsky was able to take him out. Incredible story. Both these players have had quite the interesting path to winner's side top 24 here.
Okay, they're going to have to carry on that energy burst coming out immediately from Tonsky. Gets the hit, doesn't convert a normal hit.
Yep, set up that shock state, solid Kai stuff going on here. Oh, all right, little trade there. Did not expect that.
Mr. JS, though, did Udon Gain. All right, got connected to 2H, but didn't spend any resources, wasn't able to get the combo.
Little YRC there. Oh, nice 2S into the Escabari here. Here's the combo.
Not enough to break the wall, though. Yeah, definitely didn't have enough proximity to the corner to break the wall. Gets the counter hit with the JH this time.
Unfortunately, yeah, the Escabari making a move a little weird there. Perhaps messed up what normally would have been a solid conversion there.
Yeah, they're just both being super conservative right now, not trying to overextend. Oh, the guard cancel.
Guard cancel into the run under. That was awesome.
A little bit of a gap there. Got thrown out of the tap dust. Will they spend the bar? No, they choose to keep it, and the TKO Zonson gets blocked.
All right, Tonsky got a long way to go if they want to make this round back, and that is going to make it a lot harder there. Guard crush. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, at a huge life deficit. Anything will do, and the jump P does it. I know Udon is a big fan of both the jump P and the jump K.
Yeah.
They use it better than quite a lot of other Bikins that you've seen.
Mm-hmm. No, that first round I think was very much a data round for both players. A lot of solid pokes, not a lot of the big flashy stuff you would expect to see from both of these players.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Again, it's good to see that solid fundamental stuff in this first round here.
A lot of respect being shown on defense. You're not seeing as many of the mashes coming out from Udon, no parries. We did see the DP coming out from Tonsky, just goes into the Escabari.
That was a nice deflect shield there from Udon, I want to say, on the last hit of the heavy stun edge. That was really solid.
Yeah, finally we saw a mash, but Udon just outside of range. And the throw, probably looking for a DP, YRC deflect shield, something, and this should be the kill.
That's first round.
First game.
First game.
Yeah.
Round game, so many terms. A lot of words being thrown out nowadays.
Strong start for Udon. I know
Definitely.
These two have met in the tower before. I've heard something 3 a.m. said a lot of charge dust, but now we're playing for real. This is the big one. Yeah. None of that, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, no, there's something to be said for the sloppy 3 a.m. Guilty Gear, I think, but...
No slop so far. Oh, the lightning coming out, going through the wall.
That was a punk super right there. That's reactions.
Still have to play around the parry. Oh, goes for the throw, probably looking for some kind of defensive option. Yeah, it's going to be a kill. Yeah.
Tonsky brought his own cheering section here. I don't know if you on the mic can hear that, but...
Yeah, no, they were in full force during the set with GSL. We might hear them pop off again if this goes Tonsky's way. You see him not going for the direct clad. Udon very good at getting the IBs out.
See, I'm really loving the guard point parries from Udon here, allowing for a great run under and converting out of the corner. That's so smart from them.
Yeah, Udon definitely no stranger to this matchup, has a lot of experience fighting your Kenseis, your Dannys, does decently well against both of them too, actually.
Yep. Wait out the burst. That'll do it.
Save it for next game, I suppose.
Save it for next game. Tonsky.
The Tonsky Army, the Tonsky fan club.
The Sudbury people, whenever they come out, they're always the loudest ones. From what I recall, Grand Blue yesterday, they were also the incredibly loud people for Grand Blue yesterday.
They want to root for their boy. I can't blame them. They've come a long way.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, just keeping it nice and tight. But again, the
guard point parry. Udon making great use of guard point parry here. Very solid.
6P, might RC, just want to keep the corner, set up the charge stun edge. Deflect shield comes out, but no confirm.
These deflect shields are so smart. Like, Udon's doing such a great job of stopping Kai from boxing them in the corner.
Yeah, and the Yozan from the other side.
Call that the B-Goat.
The B-Goat. Shout out to B-Goat.
Shout out B-Goat.
JS gets the hit, but not major damage done. Will he spend? No. I thought he might try to go into a Red Wild Assault confirm, but wasn't able to get the right hit. Yeah,
not quite enough meter to convert there, and Japanese Guts doing a whole lot for Udon's life bar here. That'll do it though.
Yeah,
RC.
You're just on a smidge of health. It's too difficult to come back.
Yep. You can see in the crowd there, the Sudbury folks are popping off for their boy.
Yeah, and this offensive pattern from Tonsky paying dividends both against GSL and now against Udon. Just being very safe, keeping it nice and tight, only going for the throw when you have resources to back it up. A rare direct clat on block there.
Yeah. Okay, wait, little conversion. Right into the corner here.
Keeps the corner. This could be a guess for game. Oh, guard cancel again.
It's just so smart every time. I'm such a huge fan.
This is such a long road, though, for Udon.
Yep. Sorry. All right. Okay. Into the DP there.
Yeah. Lovely hit confirmed there with the red RC. Knew that with the height, the only thing that you have to close it out is the HDP.
Yep.
Yeah. That's.
And now it's so tough for Udon to come back from this. Going back to character select here. Do a little mental
I know. They're
reset.
just taking a second to have a breather, but Udon does have an Eno for all the Eno fans out there. The Eno gang. Udon does have the Eno, and I don't know how worse Tonsky is in that matchup. He seems quite comfortable against Baiken.
Yeah, Baiken, much more common character than Eno. Speaking of Eno,
they're thinking about it.
Yep, definitely hovering the Eno here. But even with the Eno pick, like losing game 3 on an even set count is such a huge momentum shift.
Yeah, and I think Udon really backs the Baiken. They have a lot of faith, a lot of trust, regardless of the matchup. In just their baseline ability with the character. And they beat Peppery Splash to get here. I don't see why not.
It's definitely, you got to be confident in yourself, You
do.
That's.
And they were down against Pep. They were down 0-2 and brought it all the way back. They have a game to play with here. So
definitely. I think, one game might be all you need. And especially, if they're coming back 0-2 against Peppery Splash.
Yeah.
What's 2-1 against Tonsky,
Yeah. I mean,
no offense to Tonsky, but
Tonsky is in winner's side.
Yeah,
and
they're both in winner's side.
There's the IB on the direct clat, 2K, nice. Whiff on the low JH just to go into the 2K. Chases with the 2H, PRCs immediately, and gets the JH this time.
Mistimes the anti-air there, I think.
Yeah, get the Sacred Edge, get positive bonus, and the hard knockdown. Still burst on the side of Udon.
What a JD. Tonsky's set point.
Yeah, Udon choosing not to spend any burst, no deflect shield or anything, and now.
I think that's smart. You want all the meter you can get for these upcoming rounds.
2K, Tonsky's just been very patient on defense, but just about gets counter hit this time. IBFD, but Udon able to keep corner position.
Oh.
Stonehenge PRC again.
All right, 6K. Conversion. That's going through the wall. Not quite.
Not quite.
And the Escapari!
Are you in recovery? Yes, you are.
Yep. Ride the lightning right to the other corner. Get out of here.
I really like that 2H just to jail them to the ground.
Definitely. Okay.
Yeah. We've been seeing Udon spend deflect shield in that exact scenario many times, but it eventually
pays off.
Pays off.
That was a good parry. Good parry.
Yeah, evening up the round count. Signs of life from Udon.
Anything can happen. It's anyone's game at this point.
Let's go!
All right.
Yeah.
Nice 6P.
I was about to say very conservative air movement, but Tonsky getting the 6P, getting the corner position, and the RC.
This is going to be a huge momentum shift because this is going, not quite through the wall, but you're in the corner and you're in trouble.
Yeah.
There's the throw.
Next hit is guess for game. Okay, just staggering with it. Nice
What a
5P.
mash. There you go.
Chased the
PRC.
backdash. Yeah, chased the backdash, got the close slash hit. Nice chunk of damage there.
Okay, Blue Wild Assault.
You're
That'll
going-
convert through the wall.
Yeah. Managed to go into the 6H just for the extra bit of damage, but
the stun dipper.
You might be dead here. Yeah, I
Is
think
that
you're
dead? I think that's it.
No,
Oh, not quite. Oh, it tapped us.
Dropped the
Whoa.
combo, but it paid like no harm done.
No
in the
harm
end.
done. Yep. Still
Crowd-
managed to convert it. Crowd goes wild.
Sudbury gang crowding around their boy, yeah. And Tonsky moves on in winner's top 24.
Yep.
We have to wait and see who he'll have to face. I think it should be. Oh, yeah. Oh no! Now you get to see.
No,
us.
it's us, for
Apologize
real this
for
time.
The black screen earlier, but yes, it's me, Gimferno. I'm here with my goat Q9.
How's it going, brother?
Good to see you. Always
Good to see you.
Pleasure
Good
to
to
be
see you.
on the mic.
Always good to see.
All the way
And
from London.
all the way from London, Ontario. They finally pulled me out of there. They airlifted me out special to come out here. And,
I mean, that's just the beauty of GOML. Like
Yep.
you said at the beginning, we've got people from outside of Canada. We've got Ashi Pro Gamer here, representing the U.S. folks. You've got
also representing Faust players.
Faust players. Yeah, you know, you love to see them. You see them like maybe once every 3 years or so.
Yep.
We've got Trace from West Coast, Gold Lewis player. Charms, I know Charms for the Eno gang. She's here from Alberta.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of people. Last Journey from BC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole lot of talent coming here today.
Yeah, that GOML, you know, it brings people together, not just Canadians. Like, I mean, we love this game. People have said various things about this game, Potemkin in particular, but, you know, the passion is still there.
Hey, yeah, people still want to play it.
Yeah,
A lot of very talented people
true.
are still playing.
And we're seeing a lot of them in this top 24 right now.
Definitely. This is a pretty stacked event. If you are at all keeping up with Southern Ontario Strive, with Canada Strive, then you should recognize a lot of the talent here, especially these two players here.
Yeah.
Gifto and Dandy Mail have been perennial features on opposite sides of Ontario. you know?
Here's the thing. I know a lot of people watching the stream will be familiar with the online side of things, especially for our viewers outside Canada. They will know Gifto, maybe from Combo Breaker, but definitely from the onlines like your TNSs, your Paragons. Dandy Mail is probably an unknown quantity for a lot of them.
Yeah, he is generally not one to play in online tournaments. He generally only comes to offlines. But
Yeah.
when he does come to offlines, he makes an impact. Certainly.
He makes an impact, you know. He's been undefeated in Guilty Gear events for a while now. Here in
for
Ontario.
some time,
Yeah.
yeah. He has been running the scene
He
quite a
has
bit.
been running the scene, you know. BT cancels, LAN cancels, Raws running 862s, you name it. Like,
This guy does stuff with Gold Lewis I see no one else doing. He is like,
and hopefully we'll see some of that today. I've been told
hopefully-
there's some new tech.
yes, I've been told he's been saving it for nationals. He has been saving some stuff for nationals.
Yeah.
Now this is back alley dealings I've been hearing this from, you know.
Yeah.
My secret Gold Lewis intelligence agency has been giving me the info here.
Yeah,
It's been telling me that Dandy Mail's been cooking some new stuff up.
Very reserved individual, doesn't like being in the spotlight, just likes playing the game, playing good players, and
Yep.
you know, he'll need all of that if he's to beat Esgifto.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Esgifto's been in form recently, like he's had a very good run. Shoutouts to all the other Potemkin players,
I was
Buttermancer, Buster Rhymes.
Yeah, I was just about to say, in a region full of Potemkin players, you have to do a lot to stand out, and Gifto has certainly been doing what it takes to stand out, you know? He's been changing the game.
Right, was wrong start. Gambit, yeah, a little conservative, but the 5P coming out nice. Anti-air, will he flick that? No, just 5Hs, probably meant to flick, but just wasn't able to get it out.
Yeah. Here we
Okay.
go. Here's that corner pressure.
About to have 50 bar. That's really good for Gifto that he isn't stuck in the corner, but now Dandy with the 50.
At 51.
50 and some change, and good bait. Trying
Nice
to deny
tackle, Wolvers.
Gifto that positive bonus.
Here we go.
Tackle. The backdash coming out. Yeah. One thing I'm curious to see is how much Gifto uses that raw heat tackle in this matchup. I know Dandy's going to be ready for it.
Yeah. It's definitely a Gifto special.
I think you live, yeah. There we go. Called it.
Yep.
First one right of the day.
There you go. Got those channel points. Bank it. Oh, tries to go for the double
Yeah.
buster, but unfortunately, Dandy ready for that.
Yeah, no, it's a bit of a classic. Anytime you see Gifto with the 50 bar, he likes his chances with the command grab PRC. So.
And Dandy has just been absolutely bullying Gifto into the corner here. This is not something you usually see against Potemkin. Usually it's the other way around, but
Yeah.
Dandy's been doing an excellent job of just keeping Gifto on the defensive this entire time.
I did like that one heat tackle though, jailing Dandy to the ground and not leaving himself incredibly minus.
Definitely.
Again, good fuzzy jump. Got the JK, was able to convert it into a knockdown.
That whiff.
Caught the backdash though critically.
There you go.
Nice.
Huge combo.
Huge chunk
Look
of
at that damage on Potemkin, no less. Oh my goodness.
Guard crush PRC's in, and the tap dust to close it out. Really smart from Dandy.
Good stuff, but I think he does owe you $5 actually. That's
That's the Ontario attacks, the tap dust RC. If you know, you know.
if you know, you know.
Right, tries to go for the J. Yeah, sorry, JH. Yeah, that is.
There you
Gonna
go.
flick it this time. Oh, but it runs out just in time.
The perfectly spaced drone. Gold Lewis mastery from
That is
Dandy
Gold Lewis
Vale.
mastery right there.
How did he know? How does he see the game so different?
Yeah, a big tenet of Dandy's gameplay is the very patient jump forward JDs. He doesn't like to go crazy with his movement. Doesn't like to whiff buttons very often. It's just he's able to play that back and forth neutral game with the jump forward, air dash back, or land JD.
He's able to use Gold Lewis's buttons so effectively in that neutral scenario.
Jumps back, has resources to spend, gets the 2K into the kill.
That link? I didn't know that linked.
Yeah, with the BRC slowdown, you have enough hits done that you should be able to get the kill. And this is Dandy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I just gotta expect it.
Yeah. You ever see a Gold Lewis on screen, and Dandy's in the call, and he's like, "That wasn't optimal." You're never gonna see that from
He is
Dan.
always. He knows, man. He's got the scrolls.
He just knows, yeah. Good patience on defense, able to dash block into the flicks, but gets hit by the slide head.
What a slide head. And the jump.
Beautiful fuzzy jump game so far. From
I know,
Dandy.
definitely. Like, Gifto has not been able to get a solid buster. Like, that's impressive.
Mix-ups, we love to see it. The tap dust into the kill. Got the close slash in 2H. And tied up in round count.
There we go, 5H. Flick.
Yeah, I love these blocks on the flick. That's why he's trying to be as patient as possible, not go for the air dash until he sees an opening.
The security canceled double typhoon. Oh my goodness.
5H hard knockdown. Yeah. Yeah, I think Gifto is aware of the fact that Dandy's been fuzzy jumping those busters. Oh, and fuzzy jump again.
Again, yeah, like, Dandy has just been so good about fuzzy jumping those busters.
Beautiful backdash there into the 2K. Piercy's forward and the low. Knockdown, which way we going? You might be able, yeah.
Use that meter.
About to set up the fuzzy. Forces him to block, but this is fine for Gifto. Like, you have the neutral spacing.
Definitely, but one solid hit from either of these players, and I think that's the round.
Yeah, backdash again. That's another thing I've been seeing Dandy do a lot to Potemkins. He's so ready for the blue wild assault. Piercy, this could be dead. Oh no!
Not quite.
He doesn't go for an OTG.
Your meter or your life. Watch these typhoons.
Yo! Oh, devious.
This is a reset. That was devious. That was devious.
Yeah, that was a bit scary because he had to hit. So if Dandy had just been holding up, he would have been fine. He would have escaped the situation and maybe have won the game for it.
Definitely. It was a big risk, but well taken.
That's a bit of a classic from both of these two.
Gold burst.
The gold burst in the scramble situation.
Yep.
I've seen it time and time again from both of them.
Oh no!
Didn't fuzzy jump this one.
There's the throw.
BRC. Into the command grab we go. Right. Gifto looking like he's got his bearings this time.
Yep. Definitely looking more in form, more confident in himself here.
Yeah,
into the Gigantor, plus 5 million, into the 2K.
That was really smart. He wanted to jail Dandy into the plus frames to avoid any chance of reversal or super PRC.
Definitely. What a JD. Dandy quickly reversal. Whoa!
Shades of Buster Rhymes, you know where you are.
Throw it in the corner? Alright.
Yeah.
That is... Wow.
Tighten up those frame traps, he said.
Into the flick, into the throw.
Yeah, no fuzzy jump coming out. It's so scary to fuzzy jump off that block close slash.
Definitely.
Almost dead, but it's Gold Lewis. He's a chunky lad. This is such a long
White
road
Wild
for
Assault.
Dandy.
Oh no.
And the trade, but there was too much of a health deficit on Dandy's side. Gifto going up 2-1.
Yeah, this is not something you see very often. A rare slip for Dandy Mail here.
And the Kara
round
Buster.
start Kara Buster. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, beats most buttons in the game, and Goldus doesn't have a 5K that he could jump cancel to beat that either.
Definitely. That was incredibly smart. But like also Gifto, you're a scumbag.
Oh, and the BT from the air this time. Could PRC forward, but no, just chooses to BRC and the trade and gets the counter hit. Yeah, he's really good at looking for those slide heads and getting the counter hit punish.
Yep. But you can see Dandy playing a lot more conservatively now. Gotten hit by a couple busters now, and he's playing a bit more scared.
He
right?
spent the burst immediately, like on block too.
Yep.
And gets
And now he's getting thrown anyway. Into dead, I think.
Yeah.
Gigantor, that'll do it.
Yeah, I love the combo route there from Gifto. You would have thought that just a simple hit confirm into Heavenly would do, but no, he wants to show us some stuff.
Yeah, definitely. He wants to show that he is that guy. Here we go.
Command grabbed again. Yeah, we're seeing way less of the fuzzy jumps than we saw at the beginning. Dandy preferring to trust his block, but you know, you're up against Potemkin, you gotta be jumping.
You always have to be ready for that buster.
Flicked again, yeah.
Nice flick.
You really want to be flicking those drones.
YRC.
But spent the meter and nice jab. Good awareness from Gifto and gets clipped. This could be so bad for Dandy.
This is pivotal right here. In the corner, no health, no resources.
Chooses the gun, but gets hit by the wall.
Unfortunately, yeah, that'll do it.
And takes
Gifto, 3-1 over Dandy Mail.
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
Big hug coming out. But here's the thing. Gifto's been saying all day, he's been saying for a while now, I want to fight Dandy Mail. He was feeling himself.
Yep,
like
definitely. I think what we saw from that set is that he was feeling himself, for sure.
But, you know, before we can shower more praise on our beautiful contestants, want to do a quick ad read. Yeah, Zenny, use GOML for 10% off, side wide. Oh, yeah, here we go. I was wondering why I saw a pizza on my screen. Yeah. Anyway, the official eyewear of GOML, you know, they've got glasses, blue light blockers, contact lenses, and more. You've got prescription glasses from $9 and up. Yeah, so don't say cheap, do say affordable.
Exclamation point Zenny. Click the panel. Check it out. Yeah, this is And here we go. Of course, Domino's, proud sponsor of GOML, coming back again. Every order you make supports GOML in its own way. You can use code GOML30, 30% off for any sort of pizza, and valid in Canada only, of course. But you can get yourself a handmade pizza, much better than the frozen stuff you get from the grocery store. Always good. Canadian owned and operated, also always good. And you can also use exclamation point Domino's for nice big pizza. Get yourself a Domino's pizza.
And for those of you who are already here, you already know what to do. Support GOML, buy the merch. They've got a nice variety of hoodies, t-shirts, hats, and more available here at the venue. And if you're watching from home and you think some of those look nice, come along and grab the fire merch. You can look at StartGG/GOML shop and Twitch command is !merch.
LFMM, Luminosity Makes Moves Miami. Massive Melee Ultimate and Rivals 2 event. Beach Dive, 3-day long major. You can use code GOML for 15% off on your entry. 24-hour venue, just like our event here. All best of 5 brackets and beach volleyball for those athletically inclined. $50 venue with the code. That is big value. You can use the Twitch command in the chat. Those of you in chat. Ends this weekend though, so make sure you get in there. Use code GOML for that 15% off.
If you're anything like me and you need a nice Yeah, you saw it right there. If you're anything like me and you're looking for a nice, comfortable gaming chair to play some Guilty Gear Strive or whatever have you, Blacklights. They use the code GOML20 for a nice clean 20% off site-wide. You know, upgrade your chairs, people. Protect your posture. Take care of yourself. It's great for home play and for tournament use. You can visit blacklight.com to check out their selection of chairs. So go take a look.
And finally, Fizzy Brax at Hype Tier Stream at fizzybrax.com. Fantasy Snake Drafts for all GOML events. You can use code on Twitch, !FizzyBrax to get out more info on that. And of course, Toryukin, Canada's big fighting game major here. You can see we got all sorts of games here. Virtua Fighter, Blaze Blue, Fatal Fury, Street Fighter, Tekken, Guilty Gear, whatever you're looking for, you can find it here at Toryukin, July 26, 2025. Register now.
I'm excited for Toryukin. Hopefully we'll be able to show up.
Hopefully. If they can airlift me out of London again, I will definitely be there. You can check it out. All of Toronto Top Tiers people, a lot of top fighting game talent going to be there.
Yeah, yeah. Toryukin very big for people interested in Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 especially. I know a lot of those guys show up.
Big Tekken competition at Toryukin, definitely.
All right, speaking of big competition, Casper and Canada. This one is actually a bit of an Ontario classic. These two have fought many times.
Definitely.
Just mids,
yeah. Anyway, but Casper and Canada, yeah. Casper, a sort of fixture in the scene. Lot of time spent around. Canada, more of a newcomer, but has been tearing up the local scene.
Yeah, Canada,
tearing up online brackets, if you've seen them.
Canada's just been in red hot form recently.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely a big, strong favorite to make top 8 today. Round start with the 2D, just about gets the hit, can't confirm it. IB on the dog pit on 214K.
There you go, using the burst there. Throwing out the corner pressure.
They're just
nice 2D.
He's kind of slugging it out right now.
This is a very slug-heavy matchup. You know, both these characters love getting in, love to hit you with plus frames, love to put you in that strike throw mix.
Yeah. And yeah, both very reads-based characters. You'd have to say, like, tentative. They use their good normals, their movement, just to, you know, play around each other's preempts a lot. Oh, gets hit by the cross-up.
That was a nice jab check from Casper there in the middle of Kaneda's combo there. That was very impressive. Unfortunately, deflect shield a little early.
I'm not sure they meant to deflect shield that early, actually.
Yeah, that was, perhaps a little bit of an early input there, but it will lead to Canada taking that first round.
Yeah, I have seen Canada use the soul. Like, Canada does have a soul that they play into Casper a few times, but again,
no.
Yeah, this time trying the tried and tested Sin Kisuke.
That's a lot of damage coming up from Canada there. And the overhead, bam, through the wall.
Shimmies? Did we say shimmies? Can you shimmy with overheads?
I mean, I think that technically counts, right?
Yeah.
It's not like a shimmy as much as it's a jump, but like, it counts. We'll count that.
I hope shimmy's not just a catch-all for every time someone goes for a throw. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think so, but we don't have time to debate terminology right now because Canada just took the first game.
Yeah, very convincing game one.
Very solid.
Casper obviously going to rock it out with the Geo. I know Canada actually does have a pool of characters. There's a Bridget, there's a Soul, there's even a Johnny, but I'm pretty sure they'll write it out with the Sin the whole time.
The Sin has definitely been what Canada's preferred recently.
It's a quick eat. Yes, has a lot of stamina left to play with. Whiff punish with the far slash.
Yep, Canada, nice little overhead JS there. Probably going to send right through the wall again.
With the RTL.
Hit that hard knockdown. Spends the full meter to get the kill, actually.
Yeah,
okay.
no, I realized just a little late that they did have the 100 bar. They were going to go for the kill with the optimal route.
Yep. Canada looked a little surprised that kill too. I don't know if he caught his face.
I think I was just so stunned at the fact that it killed. Gets the eat. I wonder if they may have tried to go for a Kara into the Kara Tyrant barrel just to build the extra bar, but
definitely. No, that's definitely possible. Here we go. Hold those plus frames. There you go.
Yeah.
2D. Oh, wait a minute. What a swing from Canada there.
Yeah, gets the RC. It's going to be a lot of damage. Even with the RC scaling, Sin hits like a truck on basically all of his combos. This could be guess for game right here.
Definitely is. Guess your game for who, though?
Oh.
Casper coming back.
Spends a wild assault. Yeah, they just wanted to secure this super wall break as soon as possible. They have 50 bar. Might we see a BRC setup? Yes.
There's the BRC, catches the backdash and the RC cancel. Unfortunately, does not quite catch the burst. Full screen RTL here from Canada.
That was pretty smart.
That
actually.
was smart. That was good.
You can see almost like an autopilot punish attempt from Casper. They block the first hit, recognize that Kaneda doesn't have the meter, goes for the throw.
Yeah.
Kaneda wisely backing off. But
Yeah, no, that was very smart.
yeah, but regardless, Casper closed out the round. Trying to fuzzy jump, but jail to the ground. This time the deflect shield works.
Unfortunately, Sin pressure is so oppressive. He's got those massive normals.
Say, eat the lizard, and you're going through the wall. Clean 40-45% off.
The little dash up far slash there from Casper going to convert here. And this has just been like a back and forth slugfest here, as you can see.
RC, yeah, tried to keep it a little burst safe, couldn't bait it there.
Oh, the 2S.
Yeah.
Just going to catch it. Kaneda going up 2-0 against Casper here.
Yeah, Casper definitely had their moments in that game, but
Definitely.
yeah, Kaneda just looking solid as always.
Oh, for sure. If you've been paying attention online at all, you watch TNS, anything like that, you've definitely seen Kaneda around.
Yeah,
like
the hoof stomp, I reeled back a little bit, and the hoof stomp still getting hit by the 2D there.
Yeah, no, that was that 2D, Geo 2D is an insane anti-air, believe it or not.
I've
Crazy.
been getting to anti-air 2D by Casper's Geo specifically since season 1.
Oh
so,
yeah,
you know.
I think we all have. You've been in the Ontario scene long enough, you've definitely gotten your jump in anti-aired by the 2D.
Yeah.
It's a rite of passage at this point.
Absolutely. Burst coming out. Yeah, Casper wanted none of that, but got hit by the JS anyway. We can spend a lot of resources on this, yeah, and gets the eat just to get a little bit of that corner position. This time, goes for the Tyrant Barrel.
Right through.
Maybe partial clean hit. It's always a little dicey to tell.
Definitely.
Even knowing that there's a partial clean hit.
It got the job done. That's what matters. Little 2D.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't able to finish off the combo, but gets the 6P.
That's such a monstrous 6P, man. It is. We haven't pointed it out before in this round, but you could see it doing work throughout this entire set here.
Yeah, and Kaneda now on set point. DP gets baited, punishes in between the two hits. Close dash drops the combo though. Oh, that's a
Wait,
bit
BRC
unfortunate.
back? No 6P there, just the regular 5P.
Kaneda doesn't have burst yet. Oh, but he does have the DP. Catches the backdash with a giant close slash. Nice routing.
Keeps the conversion going. Unfortunately, Casper going to burst there, denying Kaneda that wall break. But he will get it here just with no hard knockdown.
This isn't the end scenario because only burst on the side of Kaneda. No stamina. About to have 50 bar. Gets counter hit.
There's the burst gone. Both of them about even on meter. Casper just built that full bar.
Yeah, had to spend the Wild Assault just to secure the wall break with the super. I think this
will do it. Yeah, I think that'll do it. The wall break, yeah, wow. What a round from Casper.
I know better than to doubt Geo Super on the wall.
It's true. It is. It does so much damage. And then the wall break itself just, like, takes out a chunk.
Oh, I love that 2K. Got the counter hit early on. Wasn't able to convert it into much.
There's the burst.
With the 5H. Caught with the Sun Dipper. 2K, 6H, and the DP should be able to break with super, yes.
There it is.
Sending Casper through the wall. There is 50 bar on the side of Casper. Nope, just chooses to full stash, but gets mashed out.
There it is. And Kaneda makes his way out of the corner there with the elk hunt.
2H, yeah, just chooses to keep the corner. Didn't have any resources, really smart, but oh, is this going to connect? No, just about recovered in time into the PRC.
Yep, you still got 100 meters, still get those plus frames on it.
It was an odd-looking whiff air throw there. I'm not really sure what he tried to do with that.
It's a little bit of a custom combo. It happens.
Yeah. Dropped it short. Didn't have the resources. You might have been able to bait that. That looked so late.
It definitely looked very late, but I think Kaneda was thinking more about trying to end this game here. The far slash anti-air. Both these players. Oh!
The flip kick. Oh.
The Geo DP.
The Casper Classic used to be flip kick into flip kick.
That still happens to me.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah. The core tenet of Sin, you just keep cycling those resources until you get the wall break. Then you substitute it for Wild Assault or Red RC just to keep the pressure going. IBFD, nice.
Yeah, it's still very rare to see IVFDs on defense, but when you do see them, they almost always are such a game changer.
Especially on those safe jump situations, and that does put Kaneda in a very good position here. Text the throw.
That far slash, it's so active. It's so active in anti-airs. Like, look at that.
Yeah,
just Casper being able to call out all of Kaneda's air options there just with the far slash.
Again, has 50 bar, might be able to mess up reversal timing with BRC. Yeah, this is a Casper Classic. They like that BRC setup.
Oh, definitely. it's sort of like a feature of their game plan. Yeah.
Casper
Hard knockdown into the BRC.
A bit of a slop from both sides. Yeah, Casper will feel a little aggrieved about that. Had the opportunity to close it out.
Yeah, definitely was really close to being an even set there. 2S at round start.
Hot fuzzy jump attempt. Oh, misses the throw. Great awareness from Canada, realizing Casper's likely to go for the throw into the Tyrant barrel.
Out of there.
What do we do here as Casper? Yeah, deflect shield.
Yep, just get out of my face. Give me a second.
Play a very clean neutral game and be very off the DP at all times.
Oh no, I think that might be it.
Yeah.
DP. Oh no, doesn't quite connect.
Last chance for Casper.
Canada though with full meter here. Might just be worth it. Okay, rips the YRC. BRC.
Nice choice of 5P. 6P would have been too late.
Yep. That was very smart.
Nice shimmy.
There's the throw. Little strike throw gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh no, the DP doesn't quite hit. Yeah. 3-1 Canada. Well done to Casper, but
that was very much a case of Casper saying, "I will die on my own terms."
Yep. There's something respectable about that, I think. Yeah. Definitely.
If anyone has the right to, it is Casper.
For sure, for sure.
But yeah, Canada moving on in winner's side. Interesting to see who we have next. Oh!
All right.
Ashi Pro Gamer versus Kami99.
So, Faust Chaos. This matchup historically has been very bad for Faust. But I do know a lot of Faust players are saying that as of recent, it's not as bad as it's been in the past. You know? It's
bad.
It's still pretty bad because, you know, Chaos has a gun. Faust has
Mini Faust.
20% chance to throw something completely useless on
yeah,
his Oki.
But you throw out one Mini Faust and you just win the game.
Unfortunately, Chaos bullets don't proc Mini Faust.
They do not.
That's you know, that's a bit of a hamper on the game plan there. But I do know that a lot of Faust players think this matchup is perfectly fine, and there is stuff that Faust can do against Chaos.
Yeah, and from all we've heard, Ashi has been prepping for this matchup. She was talking about Kami. I've seen through the various channels that she's asking for help in the HC matchup, you know, just to get a bit of practice. And these two were at the same tournament in Buffalo, but I don't think they faced off.
No, personally. I don't. Yeah, I think they were at the same tournament, but I don't think they paid off.
Yeah,
faced off. Kami, though, if you are at all familiar with our scene, you know who Kami is. You know him. You've seen him.
Yeah.
All over the place. Perhaps a little less recently than in the past when he was. It was him and Kid Boomer running our scene basically. But Kami still an incredibly solid player. Still running it with the Chaos, and he's got the pocket Leo as well, just in case.
Yeah, we did. At least I had a chance to see him in his pools games. He was fighting Charms. Shout out to Charms coming all the way from Alberta. That's our Eno sibling, I should say. But you know, just the same story as Chaos Faust, Chaos Eno is still a very painful matchup, to say the least. And Kami, more importantly, Kami looked fresh. Like he didn't look like he had the rust of some of the other recent offlines that he's been to. He looks ready.
Yeah. And I think being ready is going to make all the difference here. Like, a player like Ashi has been around, you know? She is participating in TNS. She's playing all sorts of online stuff. This is the first time we've seen her in our scene specifically. It's the first time we've seen a lot of these Faust players that have come out today in our scene.
Right.
But, I mean, it might be a problem because a lot of our players here have not faced the level of competition that these Faust players can provide, you know? There's a lot of stuff that they're doing that other local Faust players, not going to name names, but, you know, other local Faust players just aren't doing.
Shout out to Last Journey, I believe, in the full Faust cosplay.
Yeah, I know, that was an incredible cosplay when I saw it yesterday.
Yeah, great for you. You know, you get to see this many Fausts, you know, on screen in the back, but yeah, no, Kami off to a good start, getting the tap dust.
Into the roll, nice block on the roll there.
Nice block on the IBFD, but to no avail.
Use the burst there.
Anyway, yeah.
Yep.
Gets clipped, full reload for Kami.
See, Faust does have a lot of options to beat Chaos doing something like this, but it's still incredibly hard because so many of his buttons are so committal that Chaos is able to punish them very easily.
And again, not quite the same as Sin, but the deal with Chaos is you're just another character who cycles various resources. Wild Assault, Tension, concentration, whatever you do to keep extending your pressure, and the thing is Faust doesn't always accumulate enough resources to get him off.
No, definitely. Like, having a low health pool, being as squishy and as, like, poor defensively as Faust is, at least in specific situations like against Chaos where Faust doesn't have a lot of good buttons to crawl, right?
Yeah, and we're seeing again here, she has no burst, she has no tension on her side, no ways to really push Kami off rather than guessing correctly.
Yeah, it's definitely an uphill battle for Faust still, I think. Despite what other Faust players may say.
Oh, crucial 6P.
That was such a good 6P.
One chance but gets thrown out of it.
Unfortunate there.
That's gonna be a kill. Yeah, this is the real test. Like, can you survive long enough to get those items out, to get any semblance of a game plan going?
And especially against Kami, a Chaos player that is able to control neutral and play aggressively as well as he can, it's so tough for Faust to be able to get the ball rolling on this matchup.
Right, ID after the 5K spends the burst, yeah, sending Faust all the way back to full screen. Not so bad for Kami, able to get a bit of the concentration back and the reload. Just, no, this is the great struggle.
Oh, what a throw! That was so good from Ashi.
Yeah, doesn't choose to throw out an item, just takes the 5K into the corner combo and
Unfortunate, drops the 6H.
That's gonna feel terrible because she doesn't have any items to like offer her any coverage, any protection.
Yeah, this is just gonna be a Sisyphusian struggle as the ball falls right back down the mountain to the other side against Chaos here.
J2K.
Unfortunately, yep, gonna have to use that burst there.
Yeah.
There's the concentration.
This is so rough because Ashi, this entire set so far, I know we're still only like a game and a half in, hasn't been able to get a single item out so far.
Yeah, it hasn't felt like it has been so hard for Ashi to just get the Faust game plan going, you know?
Yeah. Trying to get some kind of anti-air to connect. We saw the 2K, we saw the 5P. Didn't block the cross-up this time. A plethora of options. Blocks the tap dust.
Passes the Unk check. Nice work from Ashi
But
there.
eventually gets opened up into the Deus Ex Machina. You're going through the wall.
Hard knockdown here for Kami. Going to be incredibly tough for Ashi to convert this game.
Plenty of concentration. About to have 50 bar, 50 burst for that wild assault pressure.
Yep. There it is. Got a burst there. Keep your place in this round.
Drain Blast.
Unfortunately, not going to hit the scalpel thrust, and just like that, Kami up 2-0 against Ashi.
Yeah, basically putting on a clinic of how to play this matchup.
Oh, definitely. It is, Kami's been around the block a few times. He knows what's up. That was a good 2K there from Ashi, but unfortunately not quite able to convert.
Yeah, not able to finish off into a knockdown, allowing her to set up any kind of advantage with those items or any Oki situation.
Unfortunately, with Far Slash there, going to result in another cornering here into the Deus Ex Machina. All his bullets back, all his concentration back. It's going to be so tough for Ashi to come back.
This time, Ashi does have a few resources on her side. But
hey, 50 meter, that might be all you need. But you have to use it first. That was a disgusting backdash BRC. That was gross. You see Kami's face. He knows that was gross.
With Kami, I don't know how many of you have seen this guy, but you're going to see a lot of mix-ups you don't see from a lot of other Chaos players.
No, yeah, that's the Dragon Ball Fundies, man.
Yeah, the homebrew classic, he's got his own stuff cooking all the time.
He definitely does, yeah. He's definitely, he's doing stuff that no one else is, like you said.
Refinement is the way I'd use to describe Kami 99. Just precise control of how to cycle those resources and really just smother your opponent.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we've seen that all this set. He has just not allowed Ashi to get her game plan going, and just like that, that's 3-0 for Kami 99.
Complete dominance, I must say.
Yeah, that was.
I always want to root for both players, give everyone a chance, but he just didn't allow her to get going.
Yeah, that was a one-player game, it felt like.
Yeah, I mean, I think she was very reticent, very reluctant to throw out items from the beginning. Maybe something in her warm-ups or her practice.
Yep.
She was relying on getting some kind of knockdown situation, which just never ended up happening.
Yeah, definitely. I know that with Faust items, it's an incredibly committal move to throw out an item, right?
Yeah.
And when you have a character that has full-screen hit scan bullets, it's a little tough to find the right time to get an item out. So I sympathize with Ashi there, but it was, just unable to find a situation to get your game plan going. It was incredibly tough.
Yeah, I mean, from my personal experience, you haven't seen any Enos on the stream yet, but I kind of understand.
You're going to see one coming up right now.
I want to see Charms on the stream, but it's like, you throw out the neutral option that you want to play that neutral RPS game with, and against players who are reluctant, that's when you want to be able to throw out an item, just sneakily slide one in. But when you have a character that whiff punishes you for doing that from full screen, it can be very daunting. It puts a lot of pressure on you to make that call.
It's very tough. It's definitely very tough. And not only a character that whiff punishes you from full screen, but a player who's able to react and get that, like get on there, like with Kami 99.
Yeah, and this guy, like, texting the Dragon Rushes, you know, he's reflecting those 6Ms, you know, the Dragon Ball legend, he's able to, you know, defend when he needs to and just play on those reactions. But speaking of reactions, you've got two people who are sharp as pins, like both of these players. Dandy Mail up against Charms. When you said that, I didn't realize Charms was actually the one.
Yeah, I was foreshadI'm. That's this little subtle foreshadowing.
You can see the future.
Hey, how do I know?
Yeah.
I don't reveal my secrets.
Yeah, tell us Charms is going to win GOML.
I'm afraid I can't do that. That would break the timeline, I'm afraid.
That would break the timeline.
Yep.
Yeah.
See if I tell you that it won't happen.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. But yeah, Gold Lewis versus Eno.
Yeah.
This is a talked about matchup because in the past, Gold Lewis players have really liked this matchup, at least a lot of them. And when I say like, I don't mean that they enjoy the matchup. I mean they feel that they have the tools with dash block, 2P being very centralizing in the matchup.
Definitely.
This is Jump Arc is very good at playing around HCL, and it's just that she struggles to get out when he boxes her in. But you know, she also does have good tools to play around stuff like JD, you know, with the float back HCLs and stuff. It is a little committal, but you do have to represent it. You can punish Gold Lewis players for just throwing out Behemoth Typhoons in neutral with HCL. It's very good against Drone too. Yeah, being able to stroke under a lot of his options, especially now with the stroke having the reduced hurt box. That was a big change.
Yeah.
Able to slide under a lot of things. This will come down to experience. How much has Dandy fought Eno, and how much Gold Lewis experience does Charms have? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to definitely see that through the gameplay, you know? And right off the bat here, we're looking at a very, very subtle start here for both players.
Yeah, you don't want to overcommit, especially as Eno in this matchup. I feel your percentage chance of winning is much higher once you survive the round start situation. As you can see, Charms using the IAD or the air dash back JHCL 6, that is plus. For those familiar with the Eno matchup, it's one of the changes she got. But gets the PRC, wasn't able to do the side swap combo. Now
well, doesn't matter, that's a new side swap.
Summon drone, 2P, trying to keep it nice and tight, but the YRC coming out from Charms.
Unfortunate 6P there, unable to convert.
Yeah, testing the fuzzy defense. Might have tried to fuzzy, but the micro walk 2K is good, especially against that. So they're trying to play around his defense. Very nice from Charms. Yeah.
Solid first round there from Charms.
And again, experience, right?
Yep.
Like how often do you fight Eno? How ready are you for the anti-fuzzy offense?
No, definitely. And especially a character like Eno, who I feel has a lot of very strange tools.
Yeah.
I think that it's important for a player, like for anyone, to know how to fight Eno before you fight her. You know?
Right, yeah. And a lot of these JHCL 6s coming out, Dandy being quite respectful of them. But now,
unfortunate drop, but gonna confirm right back into this. Okay, little side switch, security cancel.
Not able to get
that
kill.
Didn't kill.
And this is great for Charm. She has burst. She has a lot of meter to spend. Dandy gonna have to be patient. Is the burst going to come out? Nope. He keeps it. And
there it is. All right, here you go.
Laser beam.
I win neutral now. Overhead.
Yeah, we just keep the burst.
Your meter or your life. Charms chooses her life.
Yeah, honestly, if you don't have 50 bar yourself as Eno, there's not a whole lot you can do to wait out the laser beam in that scenario, but no defensive resources on the side of Dandy. Yeah, just struggling to deal with the node pressure. We keep the corner, yes. They've done the same.
It's so tough. These high-lows are suffocating.
And I really like that, just choosing to take positive bonus with the hard knockdown, not trying to play around the threat of that deflect shield. Trying to go for a cheeky JK there.
MLA.
5H doesn't connect, but you're still chilling as
you have
Charms.
so much more health. Into the 6P, over! What a move from Dandy.
It begins here. It's going to be bad, but yeah.
White Wild Assault forces his way through into the drone combo.
That's what we were talking about before. It's hard for Eno to escape the corner when Gold Lewis has her back to the wall.
What?
Lives.
Is our setup okay? Does Eno have more guts than normal? What's happening?
She's got that one gut she's making count. What was he trying to throw there?
What was he cooking?
No,
oh no! The missed throw!
Wins, the RC walks up.
Oh my goodness! What a first game! There was like 5 different times when that game should have ended.
And they both had their opportunities there. There's almost nothing between them in that first game.
Absolutely. That was, wow.
Great use of White Wall Assault. I think we'll eventually see White Wall Assault used quite liberally by Dandy just to play around the HCL.
Yeah, just to bully his way in. Very important for a character like Gold Lewis. Like, as you were saying, Ino has ways around drone and things like that, right?
She does. So she does, yeah.
Dandy is going to need
Nice 6P.
some sort of way to force his way in.
Yeah,
2K2D.
Good patience from Dandy. Yeah, there's a lot there. Like,
Yeah.
you have to pick your options as well as you can, and Charm sending Dandy through the wall, but a lot of resources for him to play with. Dashes BRC, Jails with the 5P.
And also, he is still Gold Lewis, so he's
Yeah.
definitely going to generate more before this round is over if he wants to use the burst. Not going to need it, though.
It's so rough because you send Gold Lewis to the wall, but when he has full burst and 50 bar, you're still in a very precarious situation.
Yeah, you're still so dangerous. Like you were saying, though, winning round start so conducive to Ino, and I think we can see why. Dandy Mail able to just snowball that into this round.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of damage. Good routing, yeah.
Yep, into the Oki, laser Oki, overhead, that'll do it.
It's too much, you know? Like, yeah, there's so much to look for. And Dandy loves the corner laser beam setup. Yeah.
Just cold expression from Dandy here. Oh
Burn
my
it
god.
down.
Cold expression from both players here.
Tried the round start, 5K burst coming out quickly, sets up the drone. And yeah, right there, because Ino has so many ways to move under or go over, just deny Gold Lewis the full screen presence when he sets up the drone there. Tried to OS the backdash, didn't quite work out, just sets up the 2K2D. Yeah, I like the super wall break. You don't have full burst, so you have versatile super, you have deflect shield. What's Dandy's choice going to be? Just chooses to block.
Hey, sometimes the best reversal is no reversal at all.
PRCs. And
Oh,
able
not
to
quite.
finish it
Oh,
off.
just able to scramble another 2K low.
Yeah, a little scramble. There might be a bit of nerves on both sides. But
Definitely. I think, in this sort of elimination situation here, you got to be nervous, especially playing against 2 snowball-heavy characters like Gold Lewis and Ino.
Yep. Keeps her jailed, locked down. PRC's forward and tries to air throw.
Doesn't get the air
This could be
throw.
huge. This could be huge.
That
HCL
reversal.
6.
Oh!
This is something.
They call that the SERP.
Yeah. Yeah, HCL 6. Plus, but not quite that plus to jail you to the ground. Dandy, great awareness
Yep.
to choose back throw in that situation.
Yeah, very, very solid. Here we go.
2S tried. Got the hit, wasn't able to confirm. Got the hard knockdown later anyway, though. Sets up the drone. Jumps forward. Nice JS.
These 6-2-4s from Dandy have been incredibly, belligerent, know?
This is beautiful.
I don't know if that's, he's been using it as such a great, mid-screen option against
Fuzzy
Ino.
JD. Nice. Did the S dive, went straight into the super off it. The Strive Kara, as they would say.
As they call it.
Yeah. 6H. And just take the emulate. I like the choice of rooting.
Into
Keep
the
it
hard
nice and
knockdown.
simple, yeah.
Yep.
What's the play going to be from Dandy?
See, both of these players are at kill life here.
And the
Oh
HCL
my god.
PRC.
I got mixed. I got hit.
The HCL PRC, you save those for tournament.
Yeah,
If you haven't fought Ino a lot, stuff like that is going to throw you off.
definitely. All right, we're seeing the Slayer here from Dandy. Okay, we're switching it up now.
Okay.
Dandy, as per his name, does have a Pocket Slayer.
And Pocket Slayer is very good.
It's good,
He's
yeah.
won tournaments with this Slayer against some very good players, might I add.
Yes, definitely. He is. He's definitely. He pulls it out occasionally, but
And I know Charms does not like this matchup all that much. A lot of Ino players agree that there's ways to play around Slayer. It just feels so bad.
yeah. I think a lot of people feel bad against Slayer here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, just whiffs the overhead there.
I think Dandy enjoys having an option like
Oh, the pile bunker.
Mappa Hunch to whiff punish a lot of Ino's offense, like her preemptive pokes. And having the high damage payoff means that if you can play your neutral game,
What a cross up! Oh, into the
might have
back
tried to
throw.
bait a burst with
Yeah,
the
I think he
PRC.
did. Into the backdash attack.
Into Hand of Doom, yeah. Honestly, as Ino, it's rough getting Hand of Doom because Slayer does have a slower backdash, so it is easier to OS his backdash than a lot of other backdashes.
Deflect shield still hits right at the end there.
JD blocked.
Yeah, again, this no pressure has been so good from Charms.
6P, nice 6P, good reactions. Jail to the ground. H dive. Should be able to get the wall break here. No, sits at the note. Interesting. RCs, good defense.
A
And
nice 6P. Unfortunately, whiffs on the pile bunker conversion.
Gets real life.
But here we go. This is so scary against Slayer. In the corner, the double cross up into the bite. Here we go.
Slash into
Universe. That's dead.
Super.
Bam.
Tying it up 2-2. We're going to a game 5 situation.
Game 5 situation. The Slayer counter pick might have been what was needed.
Yeah, very smart, recognizing that he can use the ambiguity of the Slayer left-right. It's just so very rewarding against Eno in particular.
Yeah. Give the Eno player a taste of her own medicine, you know? This is how the rest of us feel.
And yeah, Dandy using the Kara jumps a lot instead of relying on his grounded movement, showing a lot of respect for Eno's preemptive pokes there.
Definitely.
JK just to catch the backdash again. So this is great stuff. It's going to be very hard for Slayer to escape the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Just the block, and YRC comes out, the 6H.
Master's hand.
Turn YRC, just the delay into the 2K. 2S there maybe? Yeah, I think you could have done 2S HCL into getting a kill.
2H, overhead. Here we go, this might be it.
You can hear it from the crowd, this is where it starts.
Yep.
Just keep
into the reset! That'll do it! This character, man, oh my goodness.
That's the problem with Slayer. He's not dead until he's dead. You are not safe.
Disgusting. BR, Blue Wild Assault.
6K.
Look at that risk. That's a lot of risk, you know.
2P, very nice.
God, look at that risk gauge. She's in so much trouble if she gets hit. Into the trophy get.
Backdash, caught with the H dive. 6H, nice pickup. 6H again, just get the super here. Yeah, but Dandy does have a lot of burst, quite a bit of health left to work with.
It's still, Dandy, I think you're feeling fine right now. Don't have burst, but you have one more round even if you lose this one to get your burst back.
Plus, realizing Dandy might try to press something there, big damage coming out from Eno.
Here we go, last game, last round, double Luigi, locked and loaded. Oh!
Start Master's Hammer, very risky, but it paid off. And
There's the throw.
Low slash, but the 6P comes out from Dandy.
Keeps trying to mappa there.
No punish, yeah, it's only -7-ish. BRC's forward into the tap dust.
That was such a smart deflect shield.
And gets
2H!
But
Pile bunker.
Alright. So wasn't able to get a loop going.
Look at all that damage. Full meter. Oh, but that'll do it. The clash conversion. Dandy Vale will take it.
A bit of a stone-faced win.
That was,
Dandy.
yeah. Wow. Ice cold from Dandy Vale.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like he was wondering why he won the trade, yeah.
Honestly, I can't blame him. I'm also wondering why he won that. that was quite the trade, but
that is a bit of a Dandy classic. He doesn't emote a lot, you know. He's very passive. He just likes to be very focused and in the moment.
But right now we're just going to go into a bit of an ad read here.
Yeah, so you see it on the screen. Got Zenny glasses. Use code GOML for 10% off site-wide. Got affordable sunglasses, prescriptions, blue light blockers, contacts, migraine lenses. You know, if you are in the market for some eye care, that's what you got to do. Prescription glasses from $9. You can use exclamation mark Zenny or just click the panel. Don't say cheap, do say affordable.
Once again, sponsoring GOML this year. Back once again, use code GOML for 30% off your order and support this amazing tournament series. They're they're a great handmade pizza, Canadian owned and operated. You know that's always good. And you can use Twitch command !Domino's for the link to get yourself some delicious pizza.
Yeah, and if you're in the venue, you already know where you want to go. Go to the Artist Alley and pick up some of that good GOML merch. We've got a wide selection of t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. I've checked it out myself. It's quite nice. Start at GG/GOML shop. You know, GOML, it's been running strong here in Canada for the last 11 years. The Twitch command is !merch. And even if you're watching from home, stop on by, play some casuals, and yeah, grab some merch.
And here we are, LMM Luminosity Moves Miami, 3-day major for Melee, Ultimate, and Rivals 2 on the beach in beautiful Florida, 24-hour venue. best of 5 brackets for everything, and beach volleyball for those of you who are inclined. Venue is only $50 with the code, but it ends this weekend, so you better get it fast so you can get that insane deal. Use code GOML for 15% off.
Folks, if you're in the market for a gaming chair, check out Blacklight's lineup. You know, they've got a whole host of different gaming chairs to suit your needs. Like, it's great for tournament games, it's great for playing at home. You know, you're just playing some casual fighting games. You could be playing Strive. Check them out. It's great for protecting your posture. Use code GOML20 for 20% off site-wide. Visit blacklight.com, and check them out.
And just like that, Fizzy Brax. You can get some hype to your stream with fizzybrax.com. Fantasy snake drafts for all GOML events right now, and you can use Twitch command !FizzyBrax to get in on that action.
Last but not least, Toryuken, Toronto's number it's one-day regional, but it might as well be number one. We've got GOML, there's a lot going on. July 26, 2025, you see the fighting games at the bottom. If you're interested in Street Fighter, you're interested in Tekken, Fatal Fury, Grand Blue, Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, we've got a whole host of games, so come on down, check it out.
And just like that, we got new people moving on to the stream setup. I believe that is Udon and
a person.
A person, yeah. So Udon we saw already, Biken player, incredibly good. And we can see that a person, excellent Anji player. Just Mids, come to Just Mids. Listen to the crowd roar.
If you're in the GTA area, you know, you're around Mississauga, Hamilton, Brampton, what have you, check it out. It's at the Upper Hand in Mississauga. Great local.
Not sponsored, not sponsored.
Not sponsored, by the way. Great talent, such as the likes of S. Gifto, who's moved on in top 8 side.
Yep.
You've got Udon also representing Just Mids in their way. You know, it's a strong, growing scene.
Yeah.
And both of these two are Just Mids regulars.
Regular attendees. You want this the top tier of competition. Come to Just Mids.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of being able to fight both of these two in casuals. Monstrously good players.
Oh
very
yeah,
strong.
definitely.
Yeah.
A person, especially excellent Anji player. They have been doing such a good job this bracket.
And Udon, you know, reputation speaks for themselves. They've already beaten Pepper and Splash to make it here so far.
Yep. There's just so much talent in this scene, man. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, there's so much talent just sitting even in the background, you know. I see Buttermancer here for all the Potemkin players in the know. You see him right there just talking to Dandy Mill and the others.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes is somewhere to be found, maybe on the ground, maybe in the background. But yeah, Stun Stark, you know, we've got the folks from Montreal here who decided to take it easy, you know, rest up a little bit. They've been playing other games.
Yeah, definitely.
Checking out the beautiful sights of Toronto, you know, the restaurants and what have you.
Some excellent restaurant experiences for our friends in Montreal, but they are also here.
Japanese Guts Classic, Anji versus Biken, let's go.
Yep. This is a lore match of the double gold burst round start.
Is this a second button check?
It looks like they're playing what the?
It feels like this is a second button check. Do not judge Ontario based on that round start.
Please don't. Was that like a gentleman's agreement? Like they just double gold burst?
You see the sassy walk to try and
I did see the swag walk. That was very good. There we go. All right.
The backdash 6B, they might have been able to get close slash there, recognizing the backdash.
Into the JD there. Anji getting sent through the wall. Surprisingly tanky character, Anji. Less so for Biken, but those guts make so much difference on Anji.
They do make a lot of difference. Honestly, for both of these, like
nice 6P.
Always living on a pixel is how I envision both of these characters.
Definitely. Oh, baits out.
Kacho Fugetsu, a staple of a person's gameplay, not afraid to spend their resources on defense. You see those deflect shields, you see Kacho Fugetsu come out quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that counter super, that gets me all the time, man. I would have hit that, but again, that's also why I'm not sitting here in top 12.
Yeah, that's why we're right here, comfortable as possible. And Udon getting comfortable right now, sending a person to the wall with the super. She remains to be seen if a person spends the burst on the deflect shield. Maybe no, just chooses to keep it. The mash comes out. This should be a kill. No, misses the combo after the PRC. Yeah,
there you go. Yep.
Keep
it burst safe. Yeah.
Yeah, save the burst for next game. There's no chance of getting a burst there. Just throw their hands up.
I still don't know what was going on with that round start, man. The double gold burst was, what a 6P.
Might have been looking for something like jump forward JS, maybe even a round start TK Yozansen.
Against Viking, I don't think that 6P was a bad option.
No, but Udon is very circumspect. They tend to choose very passive round start. That's just kind of their play style.
Yeah, we saw last time they played. They were surprisingly calm for a Viking player, I think.
Jump JS, yeah.
There's the back throw. Good recognition from a person there.
Trying to keep the pressure nice and tight, but add a resource advantage, or rather was Udon Gain, just spent all of that bar very quickly, yeah. Nagiha minus safe, you can't really do much off that situation. It should be a kill.
All right, overhead, yeah, that'll do it.
Got the Rin to finish it off, yeah, a person fighting back.
Yeah.
R slash connecting. On counter hit, yeah, it is combo. I know the Viking players complain a lot about poor confirms off the far slash, but on counter hit, you get the world.
Yeah, Udon seems to be doing pretty well for themselves with those nice setups there.
Yeah,
here we go.
Yozansen blocks this time.
Yeah, good recognition from a person there.
Again, a long road to go for a person to get this round. A lot of resources on the side of Viking.
But Anji is also a character that absolutely is able to just put out so much damage. And the spin, gonna prompt. Oh, what the charge does. Okay, a person.
Why is spin like that?
I see you.
Why can't you just do that? Why can't you just spin through all your problems?
I don't know, man. They wanted this character to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Very a key part of his kit.
I don't know, maybe this region needs Potemkin.
We deserve Potemkin, I guess.
Yeah. A little late on the 2K there, wasn't able to punish the Kabari follow-up. 6P, nice 6P coming out from a person. Hard knockdown. Oh my god.
Oh, what a back throw from Udon.
Read the fake jump and gold burst coming out. Overhead, connects.
Just like that. A person looks to be in control of this game.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Person likes to keep their pressure nice and tight. Doesn't go for very gimmicky things. Honestly, against Viking, you kind of need to. She has so many defensive options.
I know. She is a monster on defense.
RCs, but yeah, doesn't get the launch.
Unfortunate. Wait a minute.
Yeah,
okay.
You cannot test Udon's reactions. They will be able to fuzzy jump the fan toss.
There's the overhead. There's the tatami.
Slash, but gets
2H.
by the 2H, yeah.
That'll do it. Udon takes this game.
Paying the price for pressing a button at the last second, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just like that, Udon up 2 games over a person.
Yeah, a person might feel a little aggrieved. They had an opportunity to close out that game.
Definitely, yeah. Looked to be in control for so long, but Udon was able to get control of themselves.
This time getting counter hit by the tatami. ID forward and blocks the cross up again, but just goes for the second Yozansen.
Yeah. Bit of diminishing returns there on those overhead cross-up Yozansens there.
Yeah, it's just something to keep them on their toes, and with that, Udon almost on set point, set point with the perfect.
Yeah, just like that. Full burst, full resources, looking very good for Udon. Fujin.
Spin through rather.
Yeah, Udon has been making such amazing use of the mid. What is it? The block stun parry. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, the guard cancel parry.
Yeah, guard cancel parry has been making great use of that throughout all of their sets.
Great bait there with the fake jump JH to throw the Kacho Fugetsu.
And just like that, a person looks like he's in trouble here.
Yeah.
And just like that, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Udon, solid 3-0.
There was a lot of fight from a person there, but
definitely.
Udon just made the right reads over and over, and honestly, against Anji, you have to be able to make those right reads.
Definitely. Just solid games.
Yeah. Very reluctant to use deflect shield, I might say. It could have saved a person's life,
yeah.
But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So.
Definitely. And if I did hear correctly, we have Ashi Pro Gamer versus Peppery Splash coming up on the screen.
It's just kind of been one of those brackets for Ashi, On one hand, you're fighting Happy Chaos. On the other hand, you're fighting
the best player in Canada.
Yeah, some would say the best overall Guilty Gear player of all time. Like,
definitely arguable that he's the best of all time.
Yeah, you know, he's been tearing it up in Exert since forever. He's performed very well in Plus R the few times that he has entered it, and you know, consistent results in Strive.
Yeah.
And he'll definitely want to prove a point here today after being sent to losers by Udon Game.
Yeah, definitely. I think Pep is looking to make that losers run to prove that he's still the guy, you know?
He is, yeah, and this is a great opportunity for Ashi to make a name for herself. I doubt she would have expected to have to fight Pep
in
at least this early.
Losers. This
top
early.
24.
Outside, losers top 24 outside of top 8.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think any of us were expecting this sort of matchup this early.
Now, I have been walking around during the pools, and I've seen both the Asuka and the Johnny from Pep. We know he has other characters. There's him, the Zato, and he might have messed around with Venom, but it's going to be very interesting to see who he ends up picking. Yeah, this is a button check. I am not aware of the Pep Anji. That would be horrendous.
The Pep Anji, that would be the pull of all time, but...
Yeah, it would be very strange for a player who prides on challenging himself to play Anji, you know? No offense to all the Anji players, you are all beautiful. You're all wonderful, talented.
Little subtle jab there from Gimferno on the mic here.
You got to take your wins with your losses. And anyways, yeah, Pep going back to character select screen gives us...
Yeah, we'll have to see. From what I understand, Pep has been practicing Asuka the most, but it looks like we're going to see the Johnny here. I think that's definitely a solid pick for this matchup. Faust Johnny, I think Johnny just does so much of what Faust does, but better, you know?
Yeah.
He's still, I think, in contention for top 1 in the game, and he just has so many solid strengths.
And once upon a time, Faust players would have liked this matchup. Like when Johnny came out, I'm sure the Faust players were very positive about this matchup.
I definitely was. I was up. But here we go, round start. J2K counter hit. That'll lead into Tornado.
I'd like to see the immediate backdash from Pep, realizing the Wild Assault was on the way. The fuzzy backdash came out immediately.
Here we go. There's the card. Gonna convert that off of the card hit. What's his name?
Shoot the J. Wait for it.
Shoot it. There it is. Right through the wall.
Yeah.
Little overhead.
No reversal there, so you do get the pressure off that. TK. Yeah, definitely no point bursting that, and Pepper Splash taking the first round nice and clean.
Solid, yeah. Solid bit of Nsenga pressure there. Dash up 2K round start. That's definitely interesting from Ashi there.
Yeah, we're seeing so much like refined defense from Pep, recognizing the Wild Assault's coming, noticing that there's a gap between 2K 2D, choosing to backdash.
Okay, a little 2K conversion there off of the teleport. Throws the bomb.
Yeah, finally an item.
Oh, wow. Unfortunately, just a bit late in order to get off of that conversion there, but
Mini Faust pocketed immediately. Ashi's got Mini Faust to play with, and the 6H.
That was a great 5K there.
And here, 5K putting in the work. Ashi on the board this time, already looking much more comfortable than she was against the Happy Chaos.
Definitely.
Oh, you might regret that. Got the close slash hit, wasn't able to convert it into damage.
Right into the throw here.
Slash.
Goes for the Oki pressure here.
JD.
Overhead. Oh, nice burst. Kicks the bomb back, but Ashi on the ball.
2S. Guard crush. Oh, but puts the Afro on herself.
Yeah, that might have actually made the difference there in making sure that Pep could convert off of that, unfortunately.
Yeah, but full screen position, not the worst for Faust. As the Afro gets the hit, and another Mini Faust. This is huge.
Yep, that's just so much on the screen, but Pep does a great job avoiding it. Mini Faust coming back though, look at that. Activates, but the card gonna hit and dodge the Mini Faust.
Amazing situational awareness there from Pep, realizing you could use the card super to wait out the Mini Faust. Recognition from Ashi, realizing that Pep didn't have 50 bar to make.
There's the guard crush.
Yeah, the card toss safe.
This might be it. Wall bounce. Oh, drops the wall bounce combo. Golf club. Golf club in neutral. Oh, the 6K underneath.
5K? No, she sets up a card. Guess for life.
Guard crush.
Tap.
That'll do it.
Into
And
it.
Senga through the wall. Pep takes game 1.
I hope Ashi doesn't get rattled by that by any way because, would have been a very strong start to have a game up on Peppery Splash.
She has been doing so good against this Johnny. Like I mentioned before, Johnny Faust is a very tough matchup for Faust, and Ashi has been navigating it so well.
Yeah, she definitely looks very locked in this time, much compared to Kami, where she really didn't get anything going.
Yeah. No, she's definitely been able to find the holes in Pep's offense and be able to convert it into her own.
And Senga backs off.
But Pep here doing a very good job of adapting to those big committal Faust pokes that Ashi's been throwing out.
Dashes up, didn't build the meter, so just chose to break the wall with the Senga.
Into the block, beats the reversal super.
But only a far slash punish, so you don't really get much off it. The 6P.
What a cross up into the card.
Tiny cross up shenanigans.
Is that breaking the wall? Not quite.
Yeah, wall break would have been the kill there, and the wire C comes out. Yeah, this is smart from Ashi. Just didn't choose to use the blue wild assault, expecting maybe a fuzzy backdash.
Yeah.
Misfiner gets the kill.
Yeah, Misfiner is such a strong tool in this matchup. Faust has so many buttons where he just cannot contest Misfiner at any range. I wish Pep would use it more here, honestly.
Yeah, maybe looking for a lot of low profile to see if Faust will try to just crawl and wait under the Misfiner.
Yeah.
Gets the
But
wall break.
it's such a heavily weighted exchange for Johnny. I think it should be much more of a tool in Pep's arsenal in this matchup.
ID with the JH this time. Yeah, you can't really get
There's
a good
the meteors.
combo off that. Sets up the meteors just to throw more items, but Hammer in that situation, not super useful. RCs just to keep it nice and tight. Again, reluctant to use Blue Wild Assault, recognizing Pep might just backdash. And then dash up
Okay.
BRC throw.
All right, Pep. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, you kind of needed the BRC because, as you all know, Johnny can't dash block. He can't act immediately out of his dash.
Yeah.
Without the BRC, you wouldn't have been able to get the throw there.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
Pep showing off some stuff.
there you go.
That
Bit
is
more
one nice
Misfire.
thing. The long reach on the far slash means that some spacings without card, Faust actually can get a hit punish on the block Misfiner, but no conversion.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to convert there. What's his name? Right through the wall there.
JH again, realizing Faust didn't have any resources. Hard toss PRC.
And Senga through the wall,
And Senga again.
and just like that, Pep on set point.
Even with the damage reduction, it still does quite a lot of damage.
Yeah, for sure. There it is, J2K.
Yeah.
Hold down the neutral.
Actually swinging with the K buttons quite a lot. J2K, we saw
Oh, unfortunate whiff on the throw.
dash up, throw. Again, set up a card. Gold burst blocked. Nice confirm.
Into the tornado there. Nice 5K to interrupt the vault.
Not allowing for those cheeky vaults to go through. 2H didn't get a special cancel.
Faust surprisingly has really good defense against a lot of Johnny's vault options. Like, a lot of his pokes are very good at calling out vault.
Yeah, and just the low profile into the 2K anti-air is also a very strong option.
Definitely. Misfiner.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
I was
Into the
expecting it.
card.
As soon as you saw the counter rate, I was like, oh, but card super, of course.
Yeah. There it is.
JD,
Oh, baits out the super.
but so well spaced that you get a very weak punish. Yeah.
Goltov just barely doesn't do it. The Johnny Guts, man.
That's gonna really hurt if he's able to convert this into a favorable setup. Great choice there to use.
Full meter, that'll do it. Teleport command grab.
Critical use of
Yeah.
Scarecrow PRC there, saving Ashi, keeping them alive in this set.
Definitely. That was such an important use of meter. And with the full meter there, Ashi was even safe if that command throw whiffed.
Sets up the card once again. Ashi blocking for her life, gets hit. Yeah,
And
so
just like that,
Yeah.
Faust, such a squishy character.
full health so far for Johnny, has plenty of resources on his side. Vault deal PRC again. G2K,
There's the bag.
nice blocks.
Oh,
29 frames active, not quite 30. Oh,
what a low profile.
J2K, really nice low crush there. Donut, a little bit of health back for you.
Nice golf club.
6H, but whips. Oh no, gets
Oh.
flipped, doesn't finish.
Card's still there, but Ashi jumps for her life.
Tornadoing back. PRC's back.
Oh,
Backs off, maybe
See
looking
that?
for a super. Has to play around all of Pep's resources now.
Yep, full bar.
Sets up a hammer. Gets the hit. Will Pep burst? No, chooses not to. The anvil coming out, but avoids the guard crush.
Yep.
And he didn't confirm.
Oh my.
What is going on? Pep not able to get these hit confirms.
Yep, there you go. That should do it.
Pain.
That was so close from Ashi taking that game, but Pep, he's too good, man.
The most painful phrase in the FGC is the close 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0, but it was close though.
Putting on a valiant display there
Yep.
was. Ashi Pro gave a great showing to her.
Good stuff,
Good
yeah.
stuff for making it all the way from the US.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love seeing our out-of-region players show up, perform,
Yep. Definitely.
show off their stuff on the big screen. And speaking of showing their stuff on the big screen, we've got Casper versus GSL Jodo himself, Jodo the GOAT, some would say.
Some would say. He definitely, you want to talk about players that have been showing their stuff online. Jodo has been grinding it, man. He is absolutely
Tearing it up in the online bracket.
definitely,
you know.
for sure.
This guy is not an unknown anymore. If you've been following the Guilty Gear online scene, if you've been following the brackets.
You've seen him around. You've seen the name.
Yeah.
You know who he is.
It's a bit hard to
I
read.
can't read that.
Fan of this. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I'm not reading all that, dog. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to assume it's a jab at May players, you know.
Something like that, yeah.
Insert Totsu if you guys are watching. That's probably targeted at you. Maybe freeze the frame when you get the VOD.
You can read that. There you go. That's something I understand. Just mids.
Yeah,
there you go.
A bit easier. Thank you.
Crowd going wild. Everyone loves just mids.
Everyone loves just mids. A lot of these guys, you know, regular just mids attendees. GSL a little less of a regular. We see him at plus mids every once in a while. But Casper, you know, you see week in, week out.
Yeah, definitely. Perennial feature.
Now, interestingly, these two kind of go back and forth. Like, I know the Geos are in the abyss about this matchup. Typically, for a long time, Geos have been arguing that if Geo has a definitively losing matchup, it is Leo.
Yeah.
But many times in the past, Casper has taken it over GSL.
Definitely, yeah. It's sort of an interesting looking at the record between these two players because, you know, GSL definitely the new kid on the block, you know.
Yep.
More of the new blood. Casper from the older guard, you know. So it's interesting to see them trade a little back and forth here.
And I did receive word from Jodo that he has been grinding the Geo matchup. I think it was Steaks. Yeah. Or Screws.
Definitely, yeah. It's Casper here, though. That style of Geo, caught Leo's 2D with their own 2D there, and this is going to send through the wall.
Yeah, great start already for Casper. You get a safe jump off this.
And there you go.
Yeah, chases down with the 2S instead. Oh, fighting back with 2S of his own.
There's the fireball.
Yeah, nice healthy life lead so far for Casper. They know how to run with it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And with that Geo defense, nice, comfortable first round here for Casper.
This is going to be a test of restraint and rotating your options because the big threat of that flash kick, right? I mean, Geo is all strike throw, no projectile low-key, nothing like that. You have to play around the flash kick.
Yep, you're always going to have to be wary of that. And I think a lot of characters playing against Leo are going to have to be wary of that.
Yep, for sure.
And especially against Johto, you're going to have to be extra wary of that. Yeah. What a little cross-up there. A little dance back and forth from Johto there.
Yeah, very comfortable in this round. Has full life. Casper barely hanging on this time. Gets hit by the 2D. A Leo classic, you know. Neutral 2D, run-up 2D, defensive 2D.
Definitely, yeah. That 2D, that button does everything for you. Does your taxes, walks your dog, does anything you can want it to do.
Mows your lawn.
Yeah.
Maybe wins just mids. We're about to see.
Maybe wins GOML. Who knows?
Yeah.
Nice little 5H counter hit from Casper there, forcing out the burst from Johto. There it is, 2D.
Counter it 2D.
Casper been making such good use of that 2D.
5H, great choice there. Knowing that dash up 5K might not connect in time, immediately goes for 5H into the super. You get it, just dashes up close slash, taking their chances against the DP.
There's the throw.
Choose RC, charge dust, 5H, and the flip kick, yeah.
That's the thing about Casper. Sometimes they'll show up and then just, you know, decide they want to make top 8.
Yeah, they feel like they want to win, right?
Yeah,
like,
they just feel like winning. This might be one of those days.
Yeah, Casper's like, oh yeah, I'll try now.
Yeah. Just casual top 8 at GOML, you know.
And let's not forget Casper as top 8 at GOML. They did it last year.
Yep, did it last year. Could be going for the repeat this year. Johto, though, as I said earlier, new kid on the block, going to be sending through with the superhero. Have not seen him at GOML before.
Yeah, 50 bar on the side of Casper. Deflect Shield coming out again. Yeah, Johto's probably going to have to play around those. But this actually is a test of the old versus the new. Casper, the old guard, been here since Season 1. Johto, you know, kind of a new kid on the block, basically.
Yeah. No, definitely an interesting little story here for this set.
Thrown immediately.
What a back throw.
ID, but
there's the flash kick. Just gonna take it out.
Yeah, you know, you had resources as Leo. You could mount the comeback, especially when Gio is on so little life.
For sure.
Oh, and I realized this kind of is a battle of the 2Ds if you think about it, right? Gio, very long startup. It's the slowest 2D in the game, but very low recovery, great hitbox. Versus Leo, you know, the airborne 2D. No special cancels, but just a great neutral.
It just does so much for you, yeah.
Exactly. OTG with the close slash closes it out.
That'll do it.
Yeah, very strong showing so far from Casper.
Just like that, going to round 3 here.
ID back gets hit by the 5H.
That was a meaty hit.
I love that backdash there from against the 2D. It's going to be a big thing because even though he can't special cancel it, if you can make Leo whiff the 2D, you're Gio. You can punish that.
And Casper's been doing such a great job of playing that style, you know, staying just outside of the threat range of Leo's buttons to make him whiff.
And realized Johto was going to go for the throw, immediately went for the super, ran into the flash kick. That's unfortunate, but a big life lead still for Casper. Nice block on the overhead.
There you go. Look at this movement.
Back and forth,
the movement.
The movement. These characters know only one thing. It is dash block. And IAD forward.
Oh my god, that was... Oh my god.
See, I know Casper's enjoying themselves. You don't see it on their face a lot, but they're having a good time.
Yeah.
Johto visibly enjoying himself, you know. That's what we love to
And that's
see.
the good thing, you know.
Yeah.
Both players having a good time. Yeah. That's what you like to see.
Caught. And
oh no, burst bait.
Now,
into his own burst.
A little bit of history for you. This is not an unfamiliar position. I have seen Johto get the reverse 3-0 from this position against Casper before. It has happened.
Against Casper specifically?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
what a flash kick.
Might have been able to clash cancel. I think that's a bit of a miss, allowing Casper to get the throw there.
Yeah.
The sauce combos, coast to coast, and misses the flip kick.
Oh, the 2D. Just talking about that, such an incredible neutral button. Unfortunately, in back turn stance, does he have time?
No,
Not quite.
Doesn't manage to get the OS this time. And
that'll punish just like that. Casper on set point.
Yeah, Johto about to fight for his tournament life. Casper looking in complete control so far.
Into back turn pressure. Nice deflect shield.
Yeah, not allowing Johto to assert his offense. Block 2D, but you should have punished that.
There we go.
Chasing down with the far slash. Yeah, there's the flash kick finally.
Yeah. Been seeing a lot more flash kick. Oh, a bit too much flash kick maybe from Johto.
Almost like he was playing with his head, you know, just do something again.
Yeah. Just do it again.
Coming out.
Into the hard knockdown. Johto
he's
in a tough spot here.
But,
you know, 2D. What a button.
Might have been trying to bait it for
Wait, does he have it this time? Does he have it this time? He does.
Yeah, probably the OS, you know, back to D, A-H.
All right, guys.
Cream of the Canadian crop.
Yeah, this is the best we have to offer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. breaking through Casper's defenses there is GSL.
Yep. There we go, 2D once again. Into the throw, yeah.
Throws him, puts GSL in the corner, and the flash kick comes out.
Into the back turn run, 2K.
Again, deflect shield, just Casper getting so much mileage out of these deflect shields.
Casper's been using deflect shield better than anyone else in this top 24 so far, I think.
And much more liberally.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. 50 burst, what's that? That sounds like another deflect shield to me.
Yeah, no, deflect shield getting added to the game was a buff to Casper. You know, they get to use their burst, but for half the price.
It's true.
3. Oh, with the super wall break, yeah.
Huge win for Unks everywhere here. Let's go, Casper.
Season 1, Season 2, enjoyers, old heads out there. The chance of just mids coming out for Casper.
It's true. This is an average plus mids top 8. But with that, that's all the time we have for Guilty Gear Top 24.
Yep.
We're going to be taking a little break, throwing it out to City of the Wolves Top 8 coming out next.
Yep. We'll be seeing you in City of the Wolves. Hope you guys have had a great time.
Yeah, we certainly did. But
before that, Yeah, so you've seen it a couple times, but if you haven't already, Zenni Eye Care, the official eyewear of GOML. You see affordable sunglasses, prescriptions, blue light blockers, contacts, migraine lenses, and more. 10% off site-wide. Use the code GOML. Yeah, affordable. There you go.
And as you saw there, Domino's Canada once again sponsoring GOML. Use code GOML for 30% off site-wide. They're back for another year. All your orders go directly to supporting this event. You can you can trust that Domino's Canada, always Canadian owned and operated. You can use Twitch command !Domino's for that little deal there. As I said, use code GOML30, 30% off on your order.
Well, I know where I'm going right after we get off this. I'm going over to the Artist Alley to check out the GOML merch. Star.gg/GOML shop if you're interested in picking up from selection of hoodies, hats, and t-shirts that we've got. Besides other things, use the Twitch command !merch. And even if you're not here with us and you want to just come down, play some casuals, we've got all kinds of games. Come out, support the event, grab some merch, you know, so come support Canada's biggest event of the year.
All right, LMMM 2025, Luminosity moves Miami. Register now using code GOML for 15% off your registration price. Beautiful beachside 3-day major for Melee Ultimate and Rivals 2. Just like GOML here, you got a 24-hour venue, all best of 5 brackets, and beach volleyball for those inclined. Venue is only $50 with code. That is an insane value, but it's going to be gone at the end of the weekend. So, sure to use code GOML, 15% off your registration.
Yeah, are you tired of sitting on wooden chairs like I am right now? I wish I had one of those with me. The Blacklight gaming chairs, wide varieties to suit all your gaming needs. You know, they're great for home play if you're playing Guilty Gear Strive or any fighting game of your fancy. They're great for tournaments. We've got a bunch of them right here. Use the code GOML20 for 20% off site-wide. Visit blacklight.com and check out their entire stock. Upgrade your chairs, protect your posture, you know, keep your back nice and upright, and yeah, check them out.
And finally, Fizzy Brax. You can add hype to your stream, fizzybrax.com. Fantasy Snake drafts for all GOML events. City of the Wolves coming up. Street Fighter happening right now. Guilty Gear happening later. You can use Twitch command !Fizzybrax to get in on that action.
Yeah, and the big one, or the other big one, I suppose, if you're not here at GOML, come visit Toryuken on July 26, 2025. It's Toronto's Day 1 regional fighting game event. You see the games at the bottom. Street Fighter, Tekken 8, Fatal Fury, Guilty Gear Strive, Blaze Blue Central Fiction, Under Night, and a variety of other games, whatever suits your fancy. Come check it out, support your scene, and just have fun. And with that, I think we're about to head out. Check out Strive Top 8 at 5 p.m., I believe.
5
Yeah, 5. Yeah, Toronto Top Tiers, 5 p.m., but we're going to be going over to Fatal Fury now.
Yep.
Kunan, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm happy you got to see some Faust. I know I'm happy I got to see some Eno. You don't really see those on stream here in Ontario very often, but yeah.
We all got something we wanted here today. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone. We're going to throw it over to City of the Wolves soon after a quick break. Thanks for watching.
Peace out.